You are live. Good evening, everybody. Let's wait for YouTube to catch up so I can see what's going on there.
Make sure.
And I've got volume there. That's good. I can hear myself. Well, good evening, Missy.
I haven't got anything yet. Oh, there we go.
Heather will be in a minute. She's.
She's here.
Oh, you're there, are you?
That's what I said.
She just turned her PC on and it wanted to do an update.
Two.
Oh, look, I got an alert that I'm live within a minute.
Yeah, my phone's buzzing at me.
So how are you doing out there in the land of YouTube? Do apologise with my throat, still a bit hoarse. Good evening, Tony. But I am not taking a step away from YouTube, but I'm not doing as much. I'm using more of my time for myself to sort myself out. I've got a lot on at the moment, and it does help clear the head a bit. Resist, good evening, mate. JW, good evening. I don't know whether Jenny's in yet. Resist. I haven't seen her. But what a balls up is going on in the world at the moment. You got Trump shouting all the right things. Whether he'll do them or not, it's another matter, really, isn't it? But yeah, he signed some pretty way out there executive orders already, showing his intentions. A lot of people will say there's varying things that he should be doing, but shouldn't be doing. But a good start is getting rid of the wokeness. Is he going to do that? Well, only time's going to tell, isn't it? And he stood in front of the camera and said there's only two genders. Well, we've known that. I've known that for most of my life. Yeah, there are one or two issues out there that are medical and one or two that are mental health over things like that. But on the whole, there are only the two genders.
When they find our bodies buried in the ground, there will be
only two. Yeah, no matter what's written on your gravestone. If you've got a dick, you're a man. What else has he been doing? Oh, sorting their immigration issues out. Yeah, I wish ours would take the same stance he is, I'll tell you. What else we got? What else did he... So I've just got a few notes. Yeah, pulled out of the Paris Agreement. Well, that's the eco agreement, isn't it? Brilliant. Just what we wanted. And he's going to pump more American gas and oil. Again, something that we could do, to be honest. One big one, which to me points in a direction that he wants to go. He's going to reinstate all the servicemen that were sacked for refusing to take the jab. Across all services, I believe. Not only is he going to give them their jobs back, he's going to give them back pay to when they got sacked. What does that tell you? He hasn't mentioned anything about the new ones, but there you go. And I wouldn't be at all surprised to find him changing the laws over there so people can sue Big Pharma rather than the government for any injuries caused. You know, he's already said that he'll stop the wars. Coming out of the WHO, that is a big one. They're jumped up little shits that just want to rule everything, and he ain't going to let them do it. And if he's got any brains, he'd pull out of the WEF as well.
Give him a chance.
Yeah, Missy, I mean, you know, that he's letting the January the 6th protesters, I'll call them, not rioters, that invaded the hill over there. Now, if I remember rightly to back then, there was some violence in there, and it didn't all just come from the police and security. So he's got to pick and choose, because if someone was banged up over that for being violent, we know there was people killed, then they shouldn't be let out. Those that were just protesting, absolutely. But with all these changes that he's making, what does it mean for us? Well, we know Starmer has alienated himself from the American government, as well as quite a few other Labour politicians that we all know. Trump has absolutely rejected what's his face as the ambassador for over there. I can't remember his fucking name now. But yeah, all his boisterous shouting about and what have you hasn't done him any good, has it? You know, as I said in the video yesterday, he's cozying up to Trump's enemies, as it were. Yeah, he is resist. He's a complete dickhead. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing. And it's like his Chancellor, isn't it, Rachel Reeves? She's here, there and everywhere talking to these businessmen, trying to sell off parts of our country. And they're just laughing at them. I mean, somebody actually told her the other day to her face, Britain has got nothing to offer any of these investors other than a dying economy. So, of course, they're not going to invest in the country. The only one that might is China, and that's because they can see there might be a bit of profit in it somewhere down the line.
Somewhere will come in when it gets to be a bargain basement.
Yeah, when we're in the bargain box.
Yeah. When everything's half price or less.
Yeah, there's this little corner of England there that I haven't fucked up yet. Anybody want to buy it? Good evening, Scar.
We were asking 100 billion, but you can have it for $2,000.
Yeah. And if you're lucky, you'll get it put in a bag. But yeah, Reeves, I mean, she shouldn't even be there. I mean, to be honest. You know, we know she hasn't got the qualifications for the job. And she's actually proved since she's been there that she's no fucking good at the job. So why is he keeping her there? It's just making him look even worse than he is. Although most world leaders, they're seeing him now. They're seeing through him. They're seeing what he's trying to do. And a lot of them ain't having anything to do with him. Mandelson, thank you, Loafer. Good evening, mate. Peter Mandelson, that was it.
You're getting as bad as I am for remembering names.
Oh, my memory's been... He's a bit on the side. But yeah, why would you send someone like that to America as your envoy, as your ambassador? He might as well send Diane Abbott or somebody like that, hadn't he? You know?
7.
Hey?
7.
7. 7
Well,
what?
if Diane Abbott can come out with wonderful numbers out of nowhere for no reason.
Oh.
7.
She actually got it right the other week, didn't she?
I don't know. I've been busy.
What's this, JW? A story from GB News tonight. People in the armed forces. Oh, that wouldn't surprise me, JW. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Good evening, Karen. Yeah, well, now this is out in the open about Southport. Really, Starmer should be thinking about letting those out of prison that were bang on with what they posted. You know, obviously the ones that were violent and what have you. You know, yeah, that's against the law. But posting the truth isn't against the law. And this is where he's going to come unstuck. Now, he wanted all this kept quiet about Southport. Wanted it all hushed up. Nothing mentioned in the press. Because it might, good evening, Stuart, it might prejudice the case. Now, I said yesterday in the video, in my opinion, this case, the way it's going, was all planned. They've offered him some sort of deal for a shorter sentence. Now, by pleading guilty, he's already going to get time off on whatever he's got to serve. Being 17, when the attack happened, I've had a quick look at the sentencing laws, and you can't actually send someone for a life term or life imprisonment at that age. I think they've got to be 18 or 21.
There are certain circumstances, I believe, where they can be tried as an adult.
They can put you under things for safety. But that's going to be a very interesting one, because the prosecution still does have to prove a certain amount of guilt, even though he's admitted it. They have to submit a bit of evidence, apparently. But now he's saying this could have jeopardized the case. They were going to haul everybody in for contempt of court if they said anything about it. But now when... that was under the supervision law, though, Loafer, I believe. Now, when they started prosecuting people that were posting on the internet, speaking out, before any of them even got fucking arrested, he was in front of the cameras shouting and hollering how you will be found guilty, you will be prosecuted, and you will be jailed. Is that not the same thing, just on a slightly smaller scale? Was he influencing the trials? Well, we know they were. But, yeah, again, the hypocrisy of it. One rule for them, one rule for us. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if this all gets whitewashed somehow with Cabana, Axel Rudy Cabana. There's something that is sitting in the back of my mind over this. And I think it will shock people when it comes out. I mean, they're obviously going for mental health issues as well. But now Starmer is using it as an excuse. Yes, Missy, I was just waiting for a few more people to come in. It wasn't just, it was earlier on today. But now you brought it up. We've got 21 in. Sadly, Pap lost his dad today. He's had dementia for some time.
Dan has.
No, his dad. Thank you.
Sorry.
So I've fucking lost what I was going to say now. But yeah, it was quick. Apparently, had a massive heart attack or something. But if you see him on Facebook, go over, give him some love. He needs to know he's got friends here now, especially now. But where was I? Oh yeah, with the grooming gangs and shit. Now, Starmer is quite happy to have an investigation, an inquiry into Southport to find the failings of the police, the authorities. Well, the cover-up had to come from him because the police are saying they were told to cover it up by him, keep it out the news. He's saying it was them that told him. So straight away, one of them's fucking lying. But he wants it all exposed on that. Yet he turned down having an inquiry for the grooming gangs. Pardon me. Now, why? Is it because there's too many roads from the grooming scandal that can lead back to him?
Yeah.
Personally, I think there's quite a lot of roads from the grooming gang problem that could be tracked back to him. The fact that he was the one that said they shouldn't be prosecuted, some of them. They shouldn't be investigated even. That's the reason he doesn't want anything on that. Yes, sure. That's all he's doing for everything that's been fucking up. He's blaming everybody else. Yes, it should, Ska. Absolutely. I mean, if I remember rightly, I mean, he's kicking this up. Now, I've got to put it in a way that I've got to try and make it a bit more sensitive. 3 young ladies lost their lives in Southport. How many in the last 40 years have lost their lives or taken their own lives due to the grooming gangs? Believe me, there's a lot more than 3. A lot more than 3. You know? But he doesn't want to get anywhere near that, does he? But I mean, you know, one of the biggest embarrassments to me, to a politician, would have been not being invited to Trump's inauguration party. It didn't seem to faze him, did it? You know, he's got no feelings, he's got no morality, so he can't feel bad, you know?
Got no friend. Hello, Franco.
Gaz, good evening, mate. Yeah, they are all fucking corrupt. Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, nobody can tell how much they're actually putting in their pockets. But I'm just wondering how much they're getting put in their pockets to destroy the fucking country. Yeah, exactly, Stuart. Now he's trying to, or he's going to try and censor the internet again. We've got in March, I think it is, we've got the online safety thing becomes live. But he's now trying, according to some, to blame the internet for what Cabana did. Yeah, we know people can be radicalized over the internet if you choose to watch it and listen to it. But you can't blame the internet for what he did. You know, it's, as I say, it's obvious they're going to use mental health issues before they chuck him in a prison. They may even put him in hospital for a while. But it's where are they going to put him in prison? I saw a video today from an ex-con who said, well, basically he'll be protected by the Brotherhood in there. But as he said, there's other ways for people to get to people. Personally, I don't think he'll come out of prison. And I'm not too bothered over which one way or other he doesn't. Let's put it that way. Because I can't advocate violence or unaliving people, but we know it happens in prison. You know, they say there's no honour amongst thieves. Well, there is a bit of honour in prison, and there's certain things they don't stand up for, won't stand up to.
You're right, first stand. They won't stand for it.
Yeah, won't stand for it. There you go. You know how I get my words messed up.
Yes, darling.
Killing children should be a capital offence. Yes, Scar. Absolutely, mate.
And got fucking hanging.
Yeah, but there again, you know, they always bring the same thing up. If you want capital punishment, you've got to really prove guilt. Oh, we've seen this in America many times.
Guy running around with a knife and 3 dead bodies is proof.
You know, yeah. But apparently, when you think about that, with what Biden done last week, which was commute those that are on death row, all of them, to life imprisonment. Wonder why he's done that. Oh, we know Biden's a dementia-ridden fucking hollow case of a man that just gets led everywhere. Gordo, good evening, mate. I'm not going to be on long again tonight because, as you can hear, my throat's still fucking me about a lot here. I've changed my vape. This one is a bit easier on the throat. Good evening, Stitch.
Evening, Stitch.
But yeah, it seems as if Biden tried to make a bit of a mess for him to clear up, doesn't it? But yeah, I mean, that was another big one from Trump about they're going to pump more of their own oil, more of their own gas, rather than buy it. Well, we could do the same. You know, we've got plenty of North Sea gas. We've got plenty of North Sea oil. And there are untapped fields there. In fact, 2 years ago, they found, I think it was 2 or 3 big new oil fields out there.
But it'll make a mess.
They were given permission to drill, but they weren't given permission to pump. They had to drill it, find it, and cap it. So we've got all that sat there in our own territory, yet they won't touch it. They'd rather pay over the top prices to the EU, which Trump says are an unwanted entity. They're a waste of time. He doesn't want to deal with them. But that's all this is going to hurt our trade with America. Now, why has that changed colour again? There's something wrong with YouTube tonight. I can't put my YouTube, StreamYard. For a start, my channel logo is missing off every page in there. I normally have my name up in green. That's gone blue. Weird. It can in America, Stuart. Hanging is still one of the official ways of execution on the list over there, along with a firing squad. Cooking steaks, do it, put in. Always blue on mine. But yeah, he's how long a lot of this is going to take for Trump to put in place, I've no idea. No idea. He's got some good ideas there, some that our lot could learn from. I can't communicate. I've got my dipstick of a son type. I believe they still do use gas if they want to, sure. I believe that's on the list. Same with electrocution and the lethal jab. But, you know, I mean, keeping people in prison that are due to be executed for 20, 25 years. I mean, you know, if anybody was going to come up with an appeal, they would have come up with them, wouldn't they? But for certain crimes, Karen, totally agree. But is Trump going to make America great again? Well, I think he might make it a bit better. Oh dear, bloody chest again. Well, that's all I've got in my notes that I was going to bring up. Has anybody else got anything they want to bring up? Yeah, I do these shows for you guys, not just for myself. Oh. Bloody hell. Remember Dib Dabs. Yeah, sure, but with the lolly. Yeah, remember them. What we got on here? Can't. No, you can't. Exactly, Stuart. Exactly. I mean, I think with Zelensky from Ukraine going to the WEF and making all sorts of fucking weird excuses, you know, he's going to lose a lot of support. He hasn't had a lot from Europe to start with, to be honest, from the EU. Trump's going to back off on the support. The only ones that are putting money into him, other than what we have to, is the UK, against the population's wishes, or most of the population. Yeah, Gordo, I was reading what you put there. I mean, if it's on private ground, then they shouldn't have done anything. Yep, well, that was one of the ones that he signed, when it stopped the wokeness. There are only two genders. He's not putting up with any of that shit. But that's what I mean. He'll say something and he'll stand up. And if he can't do it, he will try. Our government don't even try, do they? I mean, you know, look at the mess of the fucking country and the immigration and the cost of living. I mean, you got fucking Reeves still adding more taxes. Those that where she can't add any more, she's putting taxes up. There are ways to catch them out, Gordo, for a start. This is obviously in public. That if they drop litter, they're supposed to give you the opportunity to pick it up. But you don't have to talk to them. You don't have to give them any of your details. You can just walk away from them.
Just going to get another drink. You okay?
They can call the police if they want. The police can't really do anything. They just try to persuade you to pay the fine. They will follow you about, but all you do is jump on a bus or in a taxi, even if you only go around the corner.
Evening, Beardy.
Beardy, good evening, buddy.
Do you want anything while I'm on my feet?
No thanks. But yeah, that's the best way out of that, Gordo, is tell him, if they come near him again, just walk away from him. I just want to change this stream day. Normally shuts on a Tuesday. No, I've been doing it Wednesday for quite some time. Yeah, well, straight away, Gordo, if he's got proof of that, then there's fuck all they can do. They tried that some time back, didn't they, Scar? You used to get taxed on how many windows you had because of how much light it would let in your building. That's why on a lot of the old buildings, you got these nice ornate windows that are blocked up because they didn't have to pay the tax on them then. It's like the houses that were built on bridges. If they're over water, they don't pay tax on them. Katsu curry. Never heard of it, Gary.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. Yeah, absolutely, Gordo. It's fraud.
Who's having katsu?
You think about it. Sure, they're already taxing us on the air we breathe with all this green agenda shit. That's a tax on the air we breathe. But it's nice to see that the Americans again are leading the world in getting rid of their EVs and going back to diesel and petrol. Yeah, I don't do a lot of curries, to be honest. I don't mind it. I used to eat a lot of hot ones, but if I have anything now, it's usually a korma. As you get older and you start to lose control of certain things, curries aren't that clever, Useless.
I've seen katsu, but I've never tried it. And so, couldn't tell you. Might do one day.
If he's in correspondence with them, Gordo, they can't put the fine up. It's only if he hasn't paid or refused to pay. But if he's in correspondence with them and appealing it, they can't put the fine up. Yeah, I used to eat Bangalore fowl and all sorts, Gary, but I eat food now for sustenance, not enjoyment. Although a lot of what I eat, I do enjoy.
That's because I bloody cook it.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, who else have we got in the news? Oh, we got Cooper back in Starmer. We got, what's her name, the old ginger fucking growler. Well, she don't know what she's doing, to be honest. I mean, the housing, the state of the fucking housing, and she's just coming up with anything. She's literally just coming up with what's on the top of her head. She really is. Yeah, there's all these Labour MPs that saying they're against what Starmer's doing, what Reeves is doing. Why don't they stand up and fucking do something about it then? You know, they're frightened of him. When he threatened to boot him out for not voting the way he wanted, they're cowards. She's got a ginger growler, Flanco. Not she is one, she's got one. Proud Northerner. Yeah, trouble is the North ain't proud of her anymore, is it? She might be a proud Northerner, but they're not proud of her. You know, she's unbelievable. I mean, the amount of manufacturers, businesses, advisors that have told her you cannot build all these fucking houses. It will not happen. Yet she's still trying to plow on with it. You know, this is how dumb they are. Before it was always listen to the science, listen to the advice, unless you're Labour. Oh, and now apparently, allegedly, I should say here, allegedly, we got an outbreak of bird flu in this country. According to a post I saw earlier. How long before that's going to start? You know, but don't forget to put your masks on if you go near any chickens, you know.
Is that every supermarket?
Well, yeah. Can the virus survive being frozen? Apparently it can. It's in Kent, is it, Karen? Thank you. I did see a post about it. Richard III. But again, we've got all these alleged nasty things circling the country, you know. Monkeypox, the unknown virus, because they haven't even named that yet, let alone given it any numbers. Bird flu. Apparently they're now worried as well about a foot and mouth outbreak on the continent. And then on top of all these warnings, we got the warning that we're all going to freeze to death and be blown away by fucking gale force winds this weekend.
That's all right. Give me a few days off work next week.
Yeah, that's only according to mainstream media, though, Gordo. Stuart, sorry. Yeah, I mean, you know, 76, the big swine flu outbreak. I don't remember anybody dying from it. A lot of pigs did, but there was more people died from pandemrix than there was from swine flu. If you don't know what pandemrix is, look it up. Or go back in my back catalogue and watch the 2 videos I posted, a warning from history a few years back. It tells you all about that. Yeah, Intel lady, she does her a treat, doesn't she? I don't watch all of hers, but I have watched a few of them. Labour flu. Now, if there was a jab against that scar, yeah, I'd probably take it. Yeah, we went through that one as well, Karen. I had
Who are you calling a mad cow?
the very nice job of digging a pit with the tractor and burying the carcasses, setting light to them and burying them after that. It just seems we stumble from one to another, but are we? Is it just because they're saying they're there? I mean, swine flu, mad cow, that was obvious. I mean, I haven't seen any chickens going around coughing or having trouble breathing.
I never saw a mad cow, to be honest.
Oh, really? Look in the camera. Oh, I shouldn't have twisted like that. Right twang then. I'm in a lot of trouble with my muscles everywhere at the moment. Yeah, it literally, Gordo, I mean, you've probably seen it yourself. They can't move properly, can't even stand up half the time. Yeah, it has been about for years. Yeah, it's all right, Gary. I twisted and I twanged something in my chest there around the muscles.
Yeah, don't we know Roger's dying? He keeps telling me on a regular basis.
Oh, you'll be glad when I actually do. You can have all the peace you want then. Look, you can have your living room back for a start.
Oh, God, yes.
And you gain a big computer.
Don't need it. I've got one.
My dad was a meat inspector. Yeah, well, I knew about it because I come from a farming community, Gordo. Literally 50 yards up the road, we had the local farm. As a kid, I used to go up there and help him drive the cows down every day for milking. Pardon me.
Yeah. Disgusting.
We're all in the same boat. Out of here. Whoa. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Franco. I mean, they're realising now that millionaires and entrepreneurs and billionaires are all deserting this country. And they can't understand why. That's how thick these people are. They're a perfect example of education can't replace common sense. The Labour Party are an absolutely perfect example of that. They've got no common sense between them.
Can't be anything they do.
No morality, no conscience. Yeah, there aren't many in the government that work, Gordo. We could see a lot more unusual things coming out now in the press and what have you, as Trump has said he wants to do away with the dark state, the black state. Now, there goes that fucking camera again. We'll stay on that one now. I can't be doing with this. Hey, I'm hoping to get a new camera soon, so I know this one isn't that clever, and the other one keeps packing up. Yeah, well, they're trying to do away with all the farms, aren't they, Gary? You know, I mean, they'll learn when we ain't got no food. They'll realise they can't eat money because that's all they're going to have. But at least they've got one bar less in the Commons now, haven't they? One of the bars has been shut down because of the rowdy behaviour, shall we say.
You mean they were getting too pissed?
Yeah. And they can't prove anything because they won't allow CCTV cameras in there. I wonder why. But now we, you know, as I said earlier on, everybody's blaming everybody else. So now we've got the government blaming the police blaming the government. MI5 are keeping fucking stum. The terrorist squad are keeping stum. There's a lot more to come out about Southport. A hell of a lot more. But how long are we going to have to wait for an inquiry? How long's the inquiry going to take? I mean, don't forget the last one they did into the grooming gangs was 7 years.
And fuck all happened.
And fuck all's changed, exactly. Maybe we should start adopting some of Trump's ideas.
I don't know what it was, but I know I keep hearing things like, and it's different things they're talking about. We are going to make sure that what was recommended X amount of years ago is now implemented. Because it was recommended 7 years ago, but nobody's done anything about it.
No, and they won't. Yes, it has over 200 agencies. That doesn't surprise me, Flanco. Doesn't surprise me at all, mate. I mean, you've got the dark state. The CIA has got several other entities. Some are just rogue. I mean, there's one group, I can't remember the name of them now, but all they do is give them money. There's nothing ever produced for it. Nothing's ever designed. Nothing's built. But the American government were just handing them over money, whether it's for operations overseas, dark operations as they call them. I don't know, but there's nothing on paper to say where this money was going and what it was used for. And it is billions and billions of pounds. Yeah, especially, I mean, think about it. All they're going to do with the grooming gang one is have local investigations. Investigate your area, what's been going on. And who are the people doing the investigating? Well, the ones that covered it all up the first time. The police and the local authorities. They're going to be the ones investigating it. And they're not going to expose themselves, are they?
That's why Starmer blocked it. Allegedly.
Allegedly. And being as this is a country-wide issue, they can't really get other police forces involved to come in from the outside the area to investigate them because they'll be doing their own. They got their own problems. But they'll keep it going for that long. You know, if they stay in for 5 years, it will get handed on to the next one because it will never be completed. And what was it he said when he took the job? We work for the people and we will be transparent. Well, all he's done over Southport, as far as I'm concerned, is expose how far they will go to cover things up. And it asks the question, how many more things have covered up that we haven't even seen or know about yet? You know, they reckon there's, 40,000 on the watch list in this country? How do you have 40,000 people on a terrorist watch list, for fuck's sake? More to the point, who's investigating how they got here and what they're doing? It's no good just putting the name on the list and leaving it there, is it?
This government isn't even translucent, let
No,
alone transparent.
They're not. They're just black. They're absolutely black. Oh, hello, what's this? Fire pits are a popular addition to the gardens, but some people could be hit with £5,000 fines depending on what they're burning in it. Okay. So I keep getting these things come up on Facebook.
Have you seen the smoke that comes off furniture when you set fire to it?
Yeah.
Good, isn't it?
Why am I on fire?
No, I'm just an example.
I think you'll find he'll release a lot of files, Gary. Anything that can help his cause or get the people on his side.
Oh, we get proof that aliens do exist. That's right.
Well, there's been the big expose going on in America about that.
Well, JFK was the one that believed because he'd seen, wasn't he?
Yeah. But, yeah, they've been on about the UFO thing for a while. As we've all seen plenty of evidence out there and shit like that. Personally, I believe if they're of a higher intelligence that people say, they'd just fly on past this fucking shithole.
Why do you think they keep coming for a look and not stopping?
Exactly. Military industrial complex. Yeah, I mean, you know, they say reverse engineering and shit like that from alien technology. But we have come a long way in a very short time, relatively, with all this new tech. And you can't say anybody's thought about it and come up with these ideas that quick, shall we say. I thought Dynamo was an alien. I'm still convinced she is, Scar. She's an experiment put on the planet to see how people react to a total idiot.
She's a very sick lady who needs to step down and look after her health.
She needs to be put in a fucking padded room.
She's got ME or something. She shakes. She's not well. She needs to forget about being an MP and just take care of herself.
I've seen UFOs all the time, especially when Mrs. G is in the moon. Now, see, this is the issue I've got, Gordo. Because I could probably outrun Heather for about 10 seconds before I'm out of breath. But being as she doesn't move very quick, if I can get that 10-second gap, I could probably maintain it with a shuffle. Is that the one in the hand, Scar? But there again, you know, if you're thinking aliens giving them all this technology, then how come places like China and what have you can come up with the electronics? Oh, she's definitely not the sharpest tool in the box, mate. You know, she's a nut short of a nut and bolt, she is.
She's a very sick lady trying to do a job that she needs to retire.
Started in watches, calculators.
Casio.
Yeah. I mean, I got to applaud Diane Abbott when she spoke out against Starmer, though, because she actually strung, I think it was 4 sentences together
Woo-hoo.
to make a full paragraph that you could fucking understand what she was talking about. And it was actually bang on point what she said. Yeah, I mean, you know, they take the piss out of Biden being fucking dementia-ridden and stupid. At least he turns up with matching shoes. It's better than what she could fucking do.
I think she's got ME or something.
She's got some actually, because she ain't right.
She's not well. Somebody should tell her to go home and take care of herself.
That's what I said. She needs a padded room.
Life would be less amusing because we wouldn't have her to take the piss out of, but you shouldn't mock the afflicted.
Yeah, you've only got to watch the way she talks and
the way she
holds
walks.
herself. I was talking to Flanco, actually. But yeah.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
But there again, I was thinking about it again, going back to Southport and a couple of other things. Now, Starmer put people in jail for spreading misinformation.
But it wasn't.
Did the government not put out misinformation? They told us he was a good Christian Welsh lad. Absolute lie, and they knew damn well he wasn't. It's not a terrorist attack. It was.
But he was on the terrorist.
So why isn't Starmer in prison? And what is more worrying is how many more are on that fucking list. Now, they're quite happy to expose, well, they don't expose the paedophiles and the groomers, but people will expose them. They have been doing and still are on a regular basis. But why are they hiding all this? Now, if they plastered fucking posters everywhere, put pictures on the internet of these people that are known terrorists or could be terrorists on the watch list. Yeah. But is that getting too close to the Minority Report?
But when I worked in the pub, the cops used to send us a load of pictures of people that were banned.
Banned, yeah. We used to do it.
So you got all these pictures of known
troublemakers.
Yeah, troublemakers, fighters, whatever. On the wall out the back. And if they ever came in, you could go, actually, no, son, you're barred.
I put a poster on the bar at Skinner's, put it on the wooden post in the front. It was, what was it? It was a sheet of the pictures of all the ones that were banned from all the pubs in the town.
Yeah.
And I just put a bit above it, if you see your picture on here, leave now to save you any embarrassment.
Yeah. But what was meaning was, if you've got people like that on a watch list, would it not make sense to alert the community to the fact that these guys are on a watch list? If you see them, let us know. Can you watch them for us?
Personally, if they're convinced they're a terrorist, or there's every chance they're a terrorist, the first thing to check is if they're here legally. If they're not, fuck them off. Don't put them in a hotel and watch them, or just fuck them off. Send them back to wherever they come from. That's the easiest way out of it.
No, just post their picture on the wall in the local pub and people will beat shit out of them.
Well, yeah, but then you're going into a slippery slope then. But if someone's in a picture, you're more likely, to spot them in public. You can report them.
That's what I mean.
But what's the point when they don't do anything?
But they might. It's like Crime Watch. Have you seen these most wanted? Have you seen them? Show us what they look like.
It was always my ambition to be on Crime Watch.
Yeah, I bet it was.
And I'm not meaning presenting either.
Most wanted. I'll tell them you beat up a
Let me refresh this a minute. Oh, you're going to fuck me around again, are you? Okay. Nope. There we go. Back on live chat. There is a bit of a lag between YouTube and StreamYard again.
There always is.
Right, let's have another look, see if
Well,
this camera's going to work
further
this
behind
time.
than yours.
Eh?
My YouTube's even further behind than yours. If you looked at the screen, you'd have seen I was taking a drink. Eh?
Yeah. You should put Starmer on the Crime Watch list.
Yeah.
Well, he's already on the public watch list, isn't he? Everywhere he goes now, he gets a load of grief. And rightly so. If I saw him in public, he'd get some fucking grief from me.
Don't want to watch him though. He's a twat. You've got Mr. Trump, who cannot put any emotion into what he says. He is the most boring son of a bitch I've ever heard speak. And then he got Starmer that opens his mouth and shit falls out.
Mm. But this is the thing with them. They can break the law. It doesn't matter. They control the law. But when Starmer does get pulled down or voted out, whatever, I don't think he'd last long in this country, to be honest.
Did you hear that arrogant twat Trump turn around and basically say Putin wouldn't have gone to war if you hadn't got me out of the White House?
No.
Did you not hear him say that?
No.
He did. He did. He basically he had an agreement with Putin that he would, and he said he would not have gone into Afghanistan if I'd have still been around.
Afghanistan?
Not Afghanistan. Yeah, Ukraine. He would not have gone into Ukraine. I've had a drink, leave me alone. And I'm tired. But yeah, the arrogant son of a bitch basically said Putin would not have gone to war if you hadn't voted me out 4 years ago.
Yeah, right, okay. I don't think so. He's always wanted what's the name, back the area. Yeah,
But that's what Trump's saying. The shit's falling out of his
yeah, but even with Trump, you take what they say with a pinch of salt, darling. I mean, he will talk to Putin. Obviously, he will. But there we go. That's where we are today. And I haven't been taking that close a notice of what's been going on. So I don't know what acts are actually being put on the table at the moment, other than the ones that are existing. I shall have to start having a bit of a look around again. But,
I'll leave it to it. Leave them to it. It's a bag of crap.
yeah, but if I don't look, I've got no content.
That's all right. You're having a break.
Well, I'm not having a break. I'm just stepping back a little bit. That's all.
Sorry for the wrong terminology.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing else coming up there. But we did have, where are we? I mean, you know, if you want to see the reasons that, let me get this up.
Oh, by the way, job's going quite well, thank you. Still trying to get it sorted so I can work from home because it's quite a commute. But
who are you talking to?
Nobody. Anybody that's fucking listening, I don't care.
Well, I thought you were answering a question.
No, I just said, oh, by the way.
There you go. When you got two Labour fucking MPs that think that. Childhood sexual experiences willingly engaged in with an adult result in no identifiable damage. We can't prove sex with children does actually harm them. That's Patricia Hope Hewitt and Harriet Ruth Harman.
Who know from experience what it's
Both
like.
Labour MPs. You know, if they've got that sort of mentality, there's no fucking hope.
You seen Franco's comment?
Don't fuck with Heather.
I just thought, nobody's asked me, but I just thought I'd let you
you're
know.
just coming out with random stuff.
Well, you weren't talking. You were doing
No,
something
I
else.
was-
You were looking for other shit. I thought I'd fill a gap rather than just blank. Oh, shut up. I won't say anything else.
All right then. Shall I tell you if you talk? But, yeah, well, I'm gonna. Oh God, my head. I'm just about ready to call it quits there for tonight, guys. Sorry, it's a short one again. But I've just not been at my best lately. I really haven't.
And he doesn't want me to talk, so.
But it was nice to catch up with you all again. Whether there'll be any more videos this week, I don't know. I might do one on Friday. I will certainly endeavour to do the live again next Wednesday. You'll be sleeping in the shed at this rate. At one point, I was basically living out there anyway, Gordo. I only used to come in when she gave me a shout, say you coming to bed. But now the fatigue's getting to me again lately, and me breathing, but I've got a couple of appointments next week, and then the following week I've got a few more. So hopefully I will know a bit more. They've started to give me a lot more information now, so
You don't care?
That's handy because it puts a lot of things into perspective about what's been going on. But with that, guys, I will leave you there. My eyes are starting to.
I will eventually get back
around
to doing my lives, guys. I'm sorry, it's just at the moment the commute on this job is ridiculous, and it's really wiping me out. So
Yeah.
Roger can do a Friday for now. I'll let him.
Struggling with one. Righto, guys. Don't forget, keep tucked up well this weekend. If it's as bad as what they're predicting, do your shopping tomorrow, and then you don't have to go out. Apparently, it's supposed to get really rough, so.
Village shop.
But until next time, guys, as always, stay safe, stay strong, and stay free from this oppression. Good night from me, and
Fuck off from me.
oh, there you go. That's blunt enough, isn't it? Take care,
Take care,
guys.
guys.
Stay safe out there.